Hello. I'm back from a nice vacation in Augusta, Georgia. And I got back last night, and I really, I was gone for about a week, and I was thinking, you know, when I go on vacation and stuff, I don't really check in. I don't really get on Discord that much. I don't check the Reddit that much. I don't really do anything to keep in touch with anything going on in the video gaming world. So then I come back, and I completely put the game and all this shit, like I do all the time with that, out of my mind. And then I come back, and then you have to come back to the realization that, oh right, the next big patch or whatever's going on, it's about construction, and we still haven't put that out yet. So then I got to thinking, this is actually the perfect test case example of when a person in charge, like this one guy gets one stupid bad idea in his head, and then that one decision based on that idea spreads its little fingers out for years to come. Now, the genesis of Osher is what I'm talking about here. Now, at some point, in probably, when would that have to have been? 2022? 2021, actually. At some point, our vastly wiser, more graceful, calmer, more enlightened lead game designer decided that Osher needed to be a thing. Okay. We decided that, okay, the game needs a new continent. We need a new continent. It's been since actually fucking 2014, really, which is crazy to think of, when we got Haussen, right? That's the last new continent put into the game. And while I'm thinking on that subject, I'm instantly reminded that Haussen still has all those construction bases still on it that have never been finished. So, anyway. So we decided we needed a new continent. And in the year 2021, 2022, we're pretty far into the game. We should, anyway, have a pretty good idea of what works. We've got the feedback on stuff that people like and stuff that people don't like. And what are we going to do? The idea comes to, let's make a giant, unplayable shithole of a continent filled with terrible bases. The design moving around the bases, awful dog shit. Let's make a continent based around mass, giant open field fights from an age gone past. Let's introduce underwater combat, which is whoever came up with the idea of underwater combat needs to be just fired immediately. You're stupid. Like, no one. Let's just make a worse version of the game that we're already playing, and do that. Yeah, brilliant idea, guy. Good job. Your idea made it into the game. Good job, man. You can put that on your resume when you go to your next job, which will probably be waiting tables or something like that. Good job. So, yeah, we've got those two things. So then we need, okay, what else absolutely god-awful can we tie into the genesis of this new continent? Yes, the aborted gameplay style of construction. The thing that was introduced 8-9 years ago, or 2015-ish, around that time, that has been a complete and total waste of time up until this point. Except it caters to an extremely niche group of people who don't even understand what the fuck kind of game they're playing. That's perfect. That is absolutely, that's what we need to do. All right, so let's put it in a fucking mixing bowl, mash it all together. We've got Osher, and as I mentioned before, absolutely stunning, shocked everyone that Osher sucked dick. And most people hate it. Nobody wants to play on it, and that's not just a subjective statement. That's objectively backed up by facts. Nobody wants to play on it, and it sucks cock. So we finally admit that after gaslighting the community for an entire fucking year about it, because I have to gaslight the community about it because it was my fucking stupid bad idea that has led us down this road. All right, so now we've got to fucking figure out how to make water go right. We got to fix a shit ton of bases. Oh my God, we got so much work. And then construction. Oh my God, construction. We have to iterate on construction for the 7th fucking time to leave it in the almost exact same state that it's in now. So cool. When people log in after this big construction update and still no one wants to fucking interact with it or do it because it has absolutely no fucking place in the game whatsoever, except for autistic retards who logged into the wrong type of game in the first place, now we're back to fucking square one again. Okay? So, can you sense my frustration? And not only has this played out, all of these things fucking suck and failed forever, but now we're doing the construction thing again. And it's eating 6 months, 6 more months of fucking development time, which I can't really tell if it's a thing, if that's a good thing or not, because it's 6 months being wasted on some useless, shitty, awful dog shit gameplay mechanic that literally fucking no one cares about. Yeah, would I rather them work on something else, or should I say ruin or fuck up something else? I don't know. Or work on that. Who knows? But I can think of probably off the top of my head like 5 or 6 plus things that would be much better off being spent having time put into them. Okay? And I guess that's what makes me an asshole, is the fact that, you know, I know that Rel and friends can never admit when they fucking fail and when they fuck up, but just one time in the Rel experiment timeline, I want them to look at an idea they implemented and pull the plug on it and say, fuck it, it's done. And construction needed this to happen to it probably in 2016. Okay, by the time we were on our third patch, specifically directed towards construction, which has no fucking place in the game, man. It is the most useless. I liken construction in PlanetSide 2 as similar to implementing towing vehicles in Battlefield 5. You know, it's a nice to have. It is not a must have. And we're so interested in all the nice to have things. Motherfucker, you have a rotted core of a game, okay? You have a fucking rotted core of a game that you ignore for years on end, and you're over here focusing on the nice to haves, the things you deal with and you work on in the game when that's all you've got left to work on. I'm sorry to tell you, that's not all you've got left to work on. Okay? And maybe instead of building this new fucking idiotic continent that makes no sense, that no one wants to play on, that is objectively awful, that will not, it might be slightly better, but it's still dog shit and no one will want to play on it because everyone's initial impression of it was so bad. You have a lot of people who will just flat out never play on that continent no matter what you do to it. So congratulations on your latest failure. When it comes to construction, yeah, I mean, just keep digging it up and fucking, putting more shit on it. When I log into the next time I play the game, which who the fuck knows when that'll be, because your game's unplayable garbage dog shit, because you don't deal with anything else. Is the interaction between me and construction going to be any different? No, probably not. So, cool. Congratulations. The 16 fucking morons on Reddit who nonstop post about construction, and every single person I know that is a construction main player is some guy who is fundamentally dog shit at the game in every other aspect. Okay? That should tell you something. All right? We've spent so much time in this game building up every other play style in the game around these god-awful fucking retarded shitter casual losers who dump 20,000 hours in the game and don't understand how the fucking guns work in a shooter. We've got to have something else for them to do, or else they'll get mad and not give us our fucking $14 a month or whatever the fuck it is now. Stop catering to these people. And I'm really sick and tired of hearing the game's catered towards the 1%, or the game's dictated around. What the fuck are you talking about? What the actual fuck are you talking about? But yeah, construction, why? Give it up. Give it up. It's not going to be any better. It's not going to improve with you. Stop it. And it gets back to the point of, when the next time you think of a continent in your empty little skull, Mr. Rell, Mr. Henderson, why don't you fucking leave out construction, underwater, space, whatever it is, and just try to make, I know this is impossible for you because you're not an FPS player and you don't play any FPS games, you're not interested in the genre. You probably need to bring in some, outside consulting, because whatever the fuck you got going on with the ideas for continents, you should never make one again, because you fundamentally don't understand the state of the game. And if Osher and all this time spent on Osher and construction isn't a crystal clear example that the guy in charge of the game has fucking no fucking functional clue about what's actually happening in the game right now, I mean, that should tell you everything you need to know. So yeah, we're gonna eat a huge construction patch that is gonna fundamentally do abso-fucking-lutely nothing, and then we're halfway through the year. And then what? What a wasted fucking year. And you know what? It didn't have to be a wasted year. It didn't have to be a wasted year, but because of the failures and the mistakes that we've made in recent years, it just bleeds into everything else. And this is why you can't have someone making idiotic, boneheaded decisions in charge and running your game, because it fucks you the rest of the time. That's all for now. See you guys later.